2020 has been the year of creativity and innovation in the fragrance community. Okay, maybe not. But there have been some good releases. In today's video, I'm going to be going over 10 releases from this year. On this list, you're going to have your good releases and your pretty forgettable releases. But they all are from this year. And on that note, let's get into it. And number 10 is going to be a fragrance that was one of my first blind buys from this year. It also happens to be a fragrance that I actually regret buying. But it's too late to return now. It is also one that is a odd flanker. It is a flanker of original, very popular fragrance. This one, they wanted to add a little twist to it. Twist, in my opinion, isn't the best. But the reason why I've kept it is because I want to wear it in a different season that's not a super hot weather kind of climate kind of day. It kind of gets, different feel for it. 10 is Dolce & Gabbana, Love is Love. This is the 2020 flanker of Light Blue by Dolce & Gabbana. Like I said, it is not my favorite of the line by any means. My favorite from this line is going to be Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense, followed by Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun. This is going to be my third favorite from the line that I've tried, and I've only tried 3 of them. So this is not my favorite by any means from the line. It has a gelato accord in there, like an apple gelato accord that makes it like just a bit different, more like a gourmandy light blue, which is weird to me, but it's kind of what it is. A positive about this fragrance though is that it does stand out from the line. It does have a bit more character on behind it than say some of the other light blue flankers. This one is a bit different. Not necessarily in the best kind of way, but it is different. Again guys, that is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, Love is Love. And number 9 on this list is going to be a flanker as well. It is the Eau de Parfum flanker to the original fragrance, which is Polo Red EDP. So this is definitely a fragrance I'm going to get its primary amount of wear is going to be in the winter and not in the summer, because this is by no means is this a summer fragrance. There are just certain characteristics to this fragrance that make it 100% more of a winter fragrance, fall fragrance than it is going to be a summer fragrance. This also happens to be my first Polo Red that I've owned. Now I do also have the Polo Red Intense, but I got this one before I got that. Just a little insight, I do prefer the Intense over this. This doesn't project out quite as strong as the Intense does. But like I said, before I pass total judgment and total review of this, I do want to give some more wear in the winter. And this, in my opinion, is not necessarily going to be a forgettable release due to this being a direct flanker, a direct EDP concentration flanker to the original Polo Red, which was wildly successful. Again guys, that is Polo Red EDP. Now number 8 on this list is going to be a total of 3 fragrances. Here I have 2 of them. I did give away one of these 3 in a giveaway, but these 3 are from this year. I wouldn't necessarily say they are very solid releases. They aren't necessarily forgettable if you're a fan of this line, if you're a fan of this brand. But for the general population, yeah, these aren't going to be something that anyone's going to go out to your local retailer and pick up. These 3 are going to be ones that you're going to find at rack stores. That's where you're going to find these. I don't see anyone going out and having really any of these being their signature scent. But this line is going to be Azara Fun, Azara Shine, and Sun. I think it was called Sun. There's also an aquatic one, and those 3 in my opinion are pretty much going to be used pretty much just for like gym bag fragrances or bathroom style fragrances. Nothing that's going to be worn year round. They're just uplifting, easy to wear fragrances that are pretty much only going to be worn in the summertime. And again guys, that was the rack store special. That is Azara Fun, Shine, and the third one that I cannot remember. And number 7 is one that was wildly overshadowed by the virus, initially, and it was pretty much forgotten about. But I did happen to pick it up. It is one that I have tried to enjoy. It's a well-known DNA. It's a very well-known DNA. It's basically the same fragrance in a collector's bottle. And this 2020 release is going to go to Invictus Onyx. This is basically going to be your Invictus rebottled into a cooler bottle, in my opinion. Which kind of doubles down on how creative this year has been. Guys, this is also a collector's bottle here. This is, yeah. Same notes, same pretty much everything about Invictus is this. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite. Does that make sense? It's Invictus. It's just bubblegummy, sweet. It's definitely not my favorite in my collection. It's a bit too sweet for me. It's a bit too bubblegummy, but I do enjoy the scent of it. Again, guys, that is Invictus Onyx. Now next is going to be a release from Abercrombie & Fitch. It's going to be one that is pretty similar to Invictus as well, but to me it smells better than the Onyx does. It is Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct Together. Like I said, this is going to be your same Invictus style DNA, but there's a bit more oomph to it. It just, to me, it smells better. It's a bit cleaner, it's a bit fresher. It's more of a blue take on Invictus. And 9 out of 10 times, if I want something that has that Invictus style DNA to it, I'm going to reach for this. And this is significantly cheaper than the Invictus Onyx is. And again guys, number 6 was going to be Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct Together. And number 5 on this list is going to be a fragrance that is the newest addition to my collection. I don't want to say that I'm disappointed in this fragrance, but I was kind of surprised that it's, not as fresh as I thought it was going to be. I mean, the freaking cap and the bottle in this thing is blue. I was kind of hoping it would be something that has that, super blue vibe to it. But no, it has a bit more character to it in the sense that it's going to be definitely a winter fragrance. It's going to be something that is going to be meant for the colder weather. But there's not any warming characteristics to this fragrance, really. There's nothing in it that's going to be super spicy or super tobacco or anything like that. Number 5 is going to go to Douche K EDP. This is the flanker to the original EDT. This is the EDP. To me, it doesn't smell much at all like the EDT. This is a bit more rich, there's a bit more oomph behind it. It's not something that you're gonna want to put on after the gym or on like a really hot day. It's gonna be something that you're gonna put on like a cool, spring or fall day. Like the Polar Red, this is gonna get a bunch more wear from me in the winter and or the colder months versus now in the high heat of summer. Again, guys, that is K by Douche & Gabbana, the EDP. And number 4 on this list is gonna be a cologne. Yes, a cologne. A cologne of a niche fragrance, which is kind of contradicting the title down there. I know, I'm sorry, but I had to include it because it is one that I'm starting to kind of enjoy. Number 4 is going to go to Pineapple Vintage Intense, the One. Yes, this is a clone of a Ventus. Yes, it is going to be basically a higher concentration of oil, kind of like the K and kind of like the Red. It's going to be a higher concentration of oil of the Pineapple Vintage Intense. This is nice, but it's not my favorite from the line. It just happened to be released this year. My favorite from this line of Pineapple Vintage Intense is still going to be the Gold. All in all, this is a solid release from Pineapple Vintage. It's going to be a just more dense version of Pineapple Vintage Intense. And it is one of the better vintage colognes that I have. Again, guys, that is Pineapple Vintage Intense, the One. Now, number 3 on this list is one that never really grew on me this summer. It just never really, I thought it might kind of, get better, but no, it is the Eternity Summer for Men. But they release one of these every year, and so I'm not really too surprised that it wasn't the best fragrance that I smelled this year. There's just nothing to it really that makes me go, boom, I want to wear that. But it's one that I haven't regretted wearing it. I will still wear it, but it's not one that I, wake up and go, oh, I want to wear this Eternity Summer for Men today. It's just, I have to see it in my collection and go, oh, sure. There's no event really that makes me want to go, oh yeah, I want to wear this, maybe to the beach, but even then I have better fragrances for that. Again, guys, that is Eternity Summer for Men. And number 2 is one that has grown on me. It's one that I've really grown to enjoy. It's not going to be something that's going to be super, wowing. It's not going to be something that's going to be like, oh, that's the best fragrance I've ever smelled. It's just super easy to wear. It's a bit generic, crowd appealing. It fits the line perfectly. It is going to go to Coach Blue. Yeah, like I said, this is one that doesn't have such a wowing factor as the other 2 fragrances in this line do in the opening, but it does have that nice scent bubble when you wear it. This one definitely lasts a little bit longer on my skin than the original did. It performs better than the original. It's not quite as loud in the opening, but it does last longer, and the scent just kind of lingers around a bit longer than the original does. It's basically on tier with the Coach Platinum, and it is a very blue fragrance, obviously. Again, guys, that is Coach for Men Blue. Now, number 1 is going to be my favorite release from this year. It comes from a line of fragrances that I'm not really a big fan of, but this one right here, it kind of takes away from the sweetness that is known for the rest of the line. It gives it a fresh aspect. It's something that is a very fresh fragrance. It is actually YSL Y Oh Fresh. It lasts a long time. It smells amazing. You know what? I'm gonna aim it right in the ear hole. It's just a very refreshing, uplifting scent, and on my skin lasts a long time, and for it being a fresh fragrance, that is kind of rare. And this was released, I don't know, at the beginning of the year. There hadn't been really anything that has wowed me since then, so in the past, 6-7 months, there hadn't really been anything that's been released in terms of designer that has really, pulled me towards it and made me, really excited to buy it. This is definitely one that I was not excited about buying, but I'm glad that I did. Again, guys, that is YSL Y Oh Fresh. And guys, that is the 10 fragrances here, the 10 from this year. I'm just not realizing that I've bought at least, 1 or 2 fragrances per month. I should stop buying so much. But guys, thank you for viewing this video. I hope you found this video somewhat informative or entertaining. If you have, please do not forget to hit me up with one of those thumbs down there. Maybe subscribe if you want to. But guys, like I always say, keep it gent, love your scent, and I will see you all next time.